Welcome, everybody, and happy holidays. Thank you for joining us today for CONNECTpreneur Rocket Pitch. CONNECTpreneur is a global community of over 25,000 investors, CEOs, entrepreneurs, business leaders, and professional service providers from around the world. And 2024 will mark our 13th year of doing these CONNECTpreneur forums. And during that span, we've had over 1,200 presenting companies, over half of whom have received funding from investors that they have met through our platform. And our CONNECTpreneur investor community now totals over 4,000 accredited investors, private investors, and qualified purchasers, angels and family offices who are interested in finding awesome deals that they can meet through our community and our events. And today, hopefully you've already downloaded the program book. If not, our team will post the link to the program book in the group chat. We have information on our 4 presenters today, as well as our sponsors. And also some QR codes where you can connect with us on social media. A couple things about today's event. We have 4 awesome presenting companies presenting for up to 4.5 minutes each. After our final presenter, we will open up the breakout rooms for 30 to 40 minutes, depending. And each one of the 4 breakout rooms will be hosted by one of our presenting companies, and you'll be able to enter and leave whichever breakout room that you like. And just remember, the purpose of the breakout rooms is for our presenting companies to go deeper with interested investors and partners, to do Q&A, because we don't have Q&A during their pitch. And just remember that the breakout rooms are hosted by the presenting companies. So please, it's all about them. So use the opportunity to learn more about them and to set follow-up meetings with them. As far as the group chat goes, please be respectful. You can post your LinkedIn and some information on your company. Those of you who are raising money and some of our presenting company alumni who are on the call, feel free to put your executive summaries and your decks in there. And, you know, people can download the chat later and be able to read the stuff. Our presenting companies will also be posting in the chat. They'll probably be posting their executive summary, their deck, maybe a Calendly link, so you can follow up with them later on for a meeting. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, make sure you download the chat transcript before you go into the breakout rooms, because you may lose it when you come back to the main event. We're going to do investor polls also. We have 2 polls today. Each poll will be for 2 presenters. So our first 2 presenters will go, then we'll do our first investor poll, and then our final 2 presenters will go, and then we'll do another poll. These polls are for investors only. They're confidential. We don't share the results with the audience. And we only share that with the presenting companies themselves. A couple things, our CONNECTpreneur community, we have a great YouTube channel. We have hundreds of videos of our alumni presenters and other great content, including master classes and fireside chats. So please check it out and subscribe. We have a free Slack channel with over 4,000 business leaders on it. You can engage with other members of our community. And we will post links to the Slack channel and the YouTube channel in the chat so that you guys can join if you're interested. We have an upcoming CONNECTpreneur in-person event in January 24th in Rockville, Maryland. And our next virtual rocket pitch will be February 29th. We'll put information to register on that, but you'll be getting some emails from our team regardless. So, I would like to also shout out our sponsors. In the program book, there's a list of them. And why don't we put up our first poll, Sky, if you don't mind. This is for our sponsors. They make this event possible. So if you have any interest in any of their services, you know, please indicate as such, and we'll make sure you're connected with them. I want to name our sponsors. We have Next, powered by Shulman Rogers, Prince William County, Virginia Department of Economic Development, Shulman Rogers, the Association for Enterprise Growth, Refraction Innovation Hub, where I am broadcasting from the CONNECTpreneur Lounge at Refraction. That is the leading co-working space in the DC area, about half an hour west of Washington, DC. For those of you who are ever in Northern Virginia and you need a place to work, you can come use the CONNECTpreneur Lounge for free up to 3 times a month. So if you're interested, let Skylar, who's our community manager, know, and she'll make arrangements for that. I also want to shout out Entrepreneurs Organization, the Baltimore Angels, Keiretsu Forum, Ryan and Wetmore, Maryland Tech Council Venture Mentoring Services, Citrine Angels, Startup Grind, Georgetown Entrepreneurship, the Northern Virginia Chamber of Commerce, Enterprise Transformation Solutions, Angels and Life Sciences Investors, and the New Jersey Angels, Center for Advancing Innovation, FITCI, the Dingman Angels, Founder Institute, MIT Alumni Angels of Washington, D.C., the annual Wharton DC Innovation Summit, and the National Association of Business Owners and Entrepreneurship. Thank you guys so much for your support. We appreciate you very much. Thank you guys for participating in the poll. We can go ahead and get started. Today will be a short one. We have 4 presenters, so hopefully we'll run through that and you guys will be on your merry way after the breakout rooms. But I'd like to introduce Jake Haskins, who's an associate with Next, powered by Schulman Rogers. Next, powered by Schulman Rogers, is an innovative new law firm that's disrupting the way that startup law is being performed. They offer packaged offerings on a fixed price basis. They offer predictable and reasonable legal fees through these fixed price packages and service bundles. Next has won 4 national awards, the most recent one being, I think, 30 or 60 days ago. Jake, congratulations on that, from National Publication, for being the most innovative law firm in the country. Next is also a wonderful law firm, having served several dozen of our CONNECTpreneur alumni. Without further ado, I'd like to bring up Jake. Congratulations and welcome.
Well, thanks so much, Tien, and Skylar and the entire team. We always look forward to these events each and every month to see so many amazing companies get to share, their ideas with the group. It's our mission at Next, sort of like Tien was alluding to empower startup success. And we're so honored to be a longtime partner of this group, CONNECTpreneur, that really shares those same values. So without further ado, we'll get right down to it. The first company I have the honor to introduce is Calum Diagnostic Solutions, which is focused on accelerating cancer care by providing immediate diagnostic biopsy results. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Rachel Wellner, surgical oncologist and full-time co-founder and CEO of Calum.
Thank you. That wasn't supposed to happen. Sorry. Thank you so much. Oops. I apologize. There we go. Going backwards, guys. I'm sorry. This wasn't supposed to happen. All right. Thank you for that warm introduction. Again, my name is Dr. Rachel Wellner. Calum Diagnostic Solutions is a real-time point-of-care pathology solution poised to disrupt the cancer diagnostic space. The problem is that biopsy results take up to 10 days due to a lengthy process involving tissue collection, sectioning and staining, analysis, reporting, and then patient notification. I can remember my patients suffering as they would wait to find out if they had cancer after a biopsy, experiencing agonizing emotional distress. If you or a loved one have experienced this, you understand how challenging this problem is. But not only is this problem a human one, it also has a tremendous economic impact on the facilities performing biopsies, costing them over $12 billion in revenue for just a fraction of our market. This also opens up a tremendous revenue for these hospitals for new procedures that are coming down the line. The solution is the patent-pending RapidX, an AI-assisted cancer diagnostic device that renders a cancer diagnosis adjacent to the patient procedure room in real time, converting that 10-day wait into 10 minutes. The way it works is that all cells undergo metabolism to produce usable energy. When the laser from our device hits both healthy cells and cancer cells, they each hold on to energy. But they each release that energy at different time periods. That time difference can be captured and will always distinguish cancerous specimens from healthy tissue. GlobalCan World Data predicts 100 million biopsies by 2025, 125 million by 2030, with a steady year-on-year growth of 2.5%, paralleling the incidence of cancer in the world. This results in a global TAM of $17.84 billion per year. We do have competitors, but we are the only company that can deliver a quantitative result versus a qualitative one. We've completed a successful proof of concept study, have 2 patents pending, 1 non-provisional and 1 provisional, as well as multiple memorandum of understanding from key opinion leaders at top institutions expressing the need for the RapidX device. We've also formed strong clinical and industry partnerships and have been featured in various trade publications. We also have 3 grants that are pending. We even have a testimonial from a leading Swedish pathologist expressing the need for our unit in her pathology department. We have a world-class team with over 5 exits and hundreds of years of domain expertise, positioning Calum for rapid success. We expect revenue by 2025, profitability up to 64 million by 2028, accomplishing this through 3 annual recurring revenue streams: a hardware subscription, a software subscription, and a procedure fee. Our go-to-market strategy includes recruitment of distributors, channel partners, and key opinion leaders. Finally, our target customers include all centers where biopsies are being performed. To date, we have self-funded to the tune of 400,000. We're now seeking a 2 million safe with an 8 million pre-money valuation, $10 million cap, and a 25% discount to use for prototyping and clinical testing. We plan to exit through acquisition. Comparable exits have occurred in the first half of this year for about $1.2 billion. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the breakout room.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Wellner. The next company I have the privilege of introducing is Clean Fiber. So please welcome John Strimling, the CEO of Clean Fiber. John's a serial entrepreneur who has successfully scaled 3 different firms, including taking his last company all the way to NASDAQ. And now his work with Clean Fiber is working on decarbonizing the building insulation industry. So please welcome John.
Thanks so much, Jake. Thank you, Tien, for having us. And it's a pleasure to be back here with you. We have some CONNECTpreneur investors already. Clean Fiber makes high-performance building insulation from recycled corrugated cardboard boxes. This LEED Platinum home, the first LEED Platinum home on Long Island, was insulated with our product, but it's also used in low-end homes and mid-scale homes. When people think about decarbonizing the economy, usually they think about Tesla cars or solar cells. They very rarely think about building materials, but building materials are 40% of our globe's carbon emissions, and our buildings comprise 40% of carbon emissions. And we're a leader in decarbonizing building materials where many unicorns are yet to be coined. Cellulose is not a new technology. The market exists. It's already a $500 million market, which we believe we can rapidly dominate with a drop-in replacement with superior performance to conventional products. Cellulose is really interesting in the building materials segment because it stands out as the only way you can decarbonize a building while saving money. And for that reason, cellulose is already being adopted. It's displacing fiberglass because it's a better insulator, and foam because it's far more cost-effective, with massive tailwinds behind it in terms of concerns with the environment and health and so on that are driving growth of cellulose. Our competitors make their cellulose insulation by shredding newspaper, adding a dry powder fire retardant, and then bagging out a finished product. We make a better bag of insulation using a proprietary liquid chemistry, which allows us to use corrugated cardboard as a feedstock. And this is important because the newspaper is going away. The printed news has declined by more than a factor of 10x over the last 20 years. And the price of newsprint has increased while there's less and less paper in our recycling streams mixed with more and more plastic, which has led to a real contamination problem. This is a problem for installers who are using cellulose insulation because the contamination featured in the middle of this page clogs hoses, it breaks machines, and it's a constant headache for installers. In addition, installers using product from competitors deal with a product that's excessively dusty, and they're dealing with declining availability because of the declining supply of newsprint. So our competitors can't build plant to meet mounting demand, and we have a solution that solves the contamination problem, solves the dust problem, and solves the availability problem. This has led to extraordinary growth in demand for this business. So as I said, I've led 3 businesses over the last, or as Jake said, I've led 3 businesses over the last 15 years. I've scaled business rapidly, but I've never seen demand like this. We've got a pipeline of demand that was built with 1 salesperson and less than $50,000 a year in marketing that now exceeds $100 million nationally, where we know every account and they want to buy product every month. More than half of this is already identified as being sourceable from our first plant, and our plan is to roll out additional plants across the country to serve the whole country. We serve large distributors like Service Partners and IDI, who move billions of dollars in insulation, as well as local installers like Standard Insulating Company and modular home builders. What these companies have in common is they buy every month, month after month, with recurring revenue demand. We actually have less than 1% customer churn and greater than 100% net revenue retention, which are extraordinary metrics for customer retention. We've got a very experienced team that's scaling this business. As I mentioned, I've led 3 businesses over the last 15 years. including taking one to the NASDAQ. Don has been a C-level executive in 7 firms. He's been a CFO a bunch of times. He's led global sales operations. He's been a CEO. We also have a guy in our team, Tom Dorsch. I won't go through a whole team, but Tom's installed $2.5 billion worth of plants, property, and equipment. So we know how to scale plants. And this has led to some very rapid scaling of manufacturing capacity to support burgeoning sales. Last year, we moved about $4 million of product. This December, we're shipping at a rate that equates to about $16 million of product. So nearly 4x growth in a year. Very few companies pull that off, let alone year after year, quarter after quarter. Our plan is in motion. We built a pilot plant first, then we built a full-scale commercial plant. That plant is shipping. We're scaling it to $35 million in revenue and about $8 million in EBITDA. And then our intent is to roll out additional plants all across North America, Europe, and other parts of the world with strong margins, with a proven product that's higher quality, which we can sell at the same price as others in the market. And while doing that, we can actually make better margins because our costs are lower. So we have a really interesting opportunity. We're backed by some great backers, including Aligned Climate Capital, the Kraft Group, the Closed Loop Fund, other proven backers who have kicked the tires on this. We're currently offering a $12.5 million convertible note offering. We filled about $5.4 million of that. We're looking to fill out more of it, obviously. And we're offering at a 20% discount with a 40% valuation cap. So we'll come back and take questions in the breakout period, but I'll just close by saying it's just very rare to see a company with this kind of fundamentals of demand, of supply, of defensibility, and we're happy to take questions during the breakout. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John. Let's put up our first investor poll, Sky. This is for our investors only. So our first 2 presenters were Calum and Clean Fiber. We did a private event for John last night. He did a great job, got a lot of interest. And I know that some of you on the call have seen Clean Fiber a few times before. So they're one of our successful alumni who've done a great job. And Calum is doing incredible things. So we have 2 more presenters today, after which we will roll into the breakout rooms and you guys can go deeper. So again, this is for investors only. We are not going to share these results with anyone except for the company. So Calum's a digital diagnostics startup providing cancer biopsy results in less than 10 minutes with accuracy. And Clean Fiber is making the high performance carbon negative building insulation from cardboard versus newspapers. Okay, let's keep the poll up for a few more seconds. I still see some results coming in. Last call for investors. We will connect you with Rachel and John. Okay, last call. Anyone else? Okay, we can take the poll down, Sky, and turn it back over to Jake, who will introduce our last 2 presenters. Jake.
Thanks, Tien. Next up, we have Major Boost, who's utilizing conversational AI to handle the hassles of phone calls. Please join me in welcoming Lakshmi Venu, the CEO and co-founder of Major Boost.
Thanks, everyone. It's great to be here. So Major Boost is an AI co-pilot for business phone calls. We started down this journey because we were frustrated that it is so hard to get information about what is covered by your health insurance plan and to know what the status of your claims are. Each year, Americans spend 70,000 years on the phone with their health insurance company. And there are billions of calls being made in back offices of clinics, hospitals, medical billing teams, et cetera. Why is this happening? It's because the technology solutions are decades old. Basically, the phone is disconnected from all the intelligence in business software. It doesn't have any of the data, and this leads to a massive human effort. The phone today is the dumbest piece of plastic on the desk. Employees churn out, delayed revenue, delayed patient care and healthcare. And the timing has never been better for AI to solve this problem. Major Boost brings together data and intelligence to business phone calls. We started out by giving a simple software to private practice clinics for doing coverage checks and accounts receivable collections. We've been HIPAA compliant since day one and achieved SOC 2 Type 2, cleared our audit in 2023. So how Major Boost basically digitizes calls into a workflow that they may already have on a workflow tool that they work out of. It can dial numbers, talk to a phone maze, listen to responses and reply accordingly. It can wait on hold, listening to all the terrible hold music, and do that in parallel with multiple calls at the same time. When agents come on, we connect humans to humans so they can have a meaningful, real conversation and have a better work experience themselves. There's transcription, storage of data, and all of these things can be searched and more insights can be gathered through natural language processing. Major Boost saves 25 to 50% on call handling time, and it's easy to implement. People are able to get started in a day or two. For many of our customers, they've been able to grow their businesses without increasing their staff. So we started out with private practice clinics, and we learned a lot from that. Data was hard to access for them. They wanted many customizations of UI. This year, we changed our product, came out with something new that's more adaptable for enterprises, something they can plug in easily and gets us sales channels through which we can accelerate our business growth. So we've signed on multiple enterprise customers and have multi-year contracts with them. These are customers that have, their own teams and perhaps other teams for their clients that could use this technology. What we've learned is that they have an easier time implementing technology. They know how to access their data, and they already have a tool that this can fit into. This is our team. Previously, I worked at Amazon where I had a large AI product, and I was a general manager of multiple business lines, global lines. And I left that because I wanted to bring AI to businesses that could not hire engineers and scientists. And this seems like a space, healthcare is a space where it helps all of us, quite frankly. And it's something that these professionals need. Previously, I actually worked in health insurance. So this was a discovery that was relatively easy for me to understand. Rohit is our chief scientist. His whole career has been in conversational AI, and he's excited about this opportunity. We're raising funds to scale up our growth and target more enterprise customers. So this is a forecast. We are raising $1 million in SAFE or convertible notes. We have participation from existing institutional investors. And the use of this is to build out our product development and sales and customer success team. Thanks so much. Look forward to seeing you in our breakout room.
Thanks so much. And now, last but not least, we have Soteria Battery, who's dedicated to enabling inherently safe lithium-ion batteries through 2 licensable technologies and an open innovation platform. So please welcome Brian Marin, the CEO of Soteria.
Oh,
Brian, I
we
don't
can't
think
hear
we can
you.
hear you.
Sorry about that. My name is Brian Morin. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Soteria, and I'll just talk over this video that you're seeing. This is what a e-bike fire looks like in the field. This was in a cafe in New York just before Halloween last year. And you can see if this happens in your house, you're going to have an immediate house fire. It happens about 250 times in New York City alone last year. And there's been over 100 recalls of battery fires. So our vision is inherently safe cells everywhere. And let me show you what that looks like in practice. So our technology will eliminate battery fires. If you look at the standard cells on the left, these are cell phone size cells. What you see is when the cells are damaged, you see an immediate eruption of sparks and flames. That's the release of the electrical energy that ignites the batteries. With our technology, it acts like a fuse box on the inside of the battery, prevents the release of the electrical energy. So even though all the flammable materials are still present in our batteries, they never catch fire because the electrical energy is never released when the cells are damaged. So that fire you saw at the very beginning just simply won't happen with our technology built into the batteries. There's 3 pillars to our value proposition. The first is the revolutionary safety that you just saw. The second, which enables our business model, is the full compatibility with the entire lithium-ion battery industry. It's a drop into manufacturing, compatible with every electrode, every electrolyte, every manufacturing process, and every form factor. We get what we do by taking metal out of the batteries. There's a natural weight reduction, as well as lower material costs, and we also deliver equivalent electrical performance. And then the last thing is the industry support that we get from our Open Innovation Consortium, which I'm just about to explain to you. But think of it as the Microsoft IBM model of taking the PC to market, where now we're asking our consortium members to develop the printers, to develop the materials and cells and devices that are needed to make the whole ecosystem work. In the Microsoft analogy, the ecosystem was developing printers and chips and disk drives and software. So we're asking our group to do the same thing. This is our consortium. So we found it to help us take our product to market. We're taking it to market through a broad-based licensing business model. To help take it to market, we founded a consortium today of over 125 companies. You can see on the left the large equipment and material manufacturers. In the middle are 30 cell builders that are building our technology into their cells. And then on the right are the end users. And in our business model, the core of the business model is delivering our safety technology through licensing. But we do other things also. We have a global network of materials that we are distributing to the cell builders. We've partnered with cell manufacturers to develop specific cells. We purchased a company to make battery packs, and so we're building these cells into packs. And then we've understood e-bike solutions, and there's a new product category that I'll talk about in the breakout room. We have a great team, a combination of some young, energetic people and some people with some gray hair and experience. Our financial performance has been outstanding. We've been averaging 45% growth over 4 years, 65% growth this year to about just under $2 million. The TAM for our licensing is about $5 billion. Today, we're raising a $12 million Series B led by Keiretsu Forum. $3 million is already in. We have soft circled oversubscribed. So we have 2 strategic investors that, if they both came in, would more than fill the round. But we are looking for other investors, especially those who can invest quickly. There is a data room available, and the due diligence memo, about 125-page due diligence report from Keiretsu, is complete. And so I'll look forward to seeing you in the breakout room.
Fantastic. Thank you, Brian. Great job. We'll put up our second poll. This is our last poll of the day. We have our last 2 presenters, Major Boost, which is AI for phone calls, and Soteria. And after this, we will go into breakout rooms. So all of our 4 presenting companies, Calum, Clean Fiber, Major Boost, and Soteria will host their own breakout room. And again, this is so they can answer Q&A. We'll keep the breakout rooms open for as long as we need. Want to thank everyone for joining. We also have, this is for investors only. We're not going to share the information with anyone except for our presenting companies. So I just want to remind everyone to download the chat history before they go into the breakout rooms, because you might lose it. And also, as a reminder, feel free to join our YouTube channel and our Slack channel. And again, we have an in-person event in Rockville, Maryland on the evening of January 24th. And we have our next virtual event in February, on February 29th. So hopefully all that information's in the chat. You can sign up when you want, or we'll probably be emailing you. Last call for investors for Major Boost and or Soteria. Okay, why don't we take that down? And for those of you who joined late, we'll put up a second poll for our sponsors. Sky, if we could do that. And again, these are the sponsors who make our events possible. So if you're interested in any of these services, please indicate as such. It's confidential. We'll share it with the sponsor only. But you know, we want to thank Prince William County, Virginia Economic Development. If you're interested in learning more, you can indicate application development, software development, Legal services, again, next powered by Schulman Rogers. We want to thank Jake and his team. If you're looking for accounting and tax services, we have a sponsor that has been very good with us and has worked with a lot of our CONNECTpreneur team. If you're interested in raising money through a private investor event, which we do, or being a sponsor, or presenting at one of our events, or being an ambassador, indicate, and Skylar and Avery, who are both on this call, will follow up with you guys. So we'll leave this up for a few more seconds. And we'll move to breakout rooms right now. So breakout rooms are open. You can feel free to join whatever breakout room you would like. You can then exit the meeting or you can come back to the main event, but I want to thank everyone for joining us. Wish everyone happy holidays, and we'll be on for as long as the breakout rooms are open.